Celebrating red, white, and blue.
It's a very large celebration.
Our DC Bureau is live from the nation's capital with a recap on the 4th of July celebrations. Barrel landfall in the U.S.
It will be a deadly storm.
How Texas residents prepared for the storm. Battling the hardship.
There's like a big wall of flames. It was scary.
As firefighters continue to fight a 13,000-acre fire. And living the American dream.
I enjoy my day every single day.
How one business is grateful for their company's success. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Valentina Gaspari.
I'm David Lascano. Today is Monday, July 8th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
A party in the USA this past weekend with all sorts of 4th of July activities. As many people returned to work this morning following the 4th of July weekend, we remember those fireworks and barbecue moments.
And even though celebrations have concluded, DC Bureau reporter Laura Palfrey is live to give us an inside look at the preparations for one of the nation's most star-studded events. Good morning, Laura.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to prepare for one of America's largest 4th of July celebrations? Last week, I got a special behind-the-scenes look of the preparations for PBS's A Capitol 4th. Take a look. Before you saw this, there was this. Throughout the day, performers and crew members gathered on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol for a series of rehearsals where they fine-tuned their acts in preparation for the live show on the 4th of July.
It was cool. We did a couple rehearsals in LA, just like the 4 dancers, and then Alfonso joined us. We flew in and we did a couple more rehearsals and then did a little camera blocking on stage, and here we are.
The event showcases a star-studded lineup, including host Alfonso Ribeiro and performers like Fantasia, Darren Criss, Sister Sledge, and more. As the day progressed, the rehearsal space began to fill with spectators eager to catch a glimpse of their favorite singers.
Smokey Robinson, and Fantasia, of course. As you can see, I was dancing to her music.
The dress rehearsal is the final step before the big night, ensuring every element is perfectly coordinated. Celebrating Independence Day at a Capitol 4th is more than just a concert. It's a unifying experience where the nation's spirit truly shines.
But being in this city, it's a very large celebration and it's very patriotic. It's where people come together. The political parties kind of get set aside for a day and we all just celebrate our big country, and it's a good time.
Now, it's too early to say who will be hosting and performing at next year's concert, but if it's anything like this year's, it's bound to be spectacular. Reporting in Washington, D.C. for Caplin News, I'm Laura Palfrey.
The start of former President Donald Trump's classified documents trial in Florida likely faces another delay this morning as the results of the Supreme Court's recent decision regarding presidential immunity. Trump's lawyers wrote in a court filing on Friday that the decision, quote, guts the office position that President Trump has no immunity. They asked for an updated schedule where those points could be argued.
3 South Florida businessmen are grateful for their company's hard work and motivation to succeed, and it couldn't have happened if they didn't believe in themselves. Caplin News reporter Enzo Canetti has more on what Independence Day meant for them.
With the long weekend wrapping up and so many of us returning to work this morning, it's expected the topic of the American dream may arise in conversation. Now, here at Caplin News, we were lucky enough to interview one group of people who feel that the building they work in is a shining example that dream is alive and well here in Miami. Gio Leon, Javier Sarmiento, and Islam Bakshi all work within a jewelry distribution center known as the Disabled Building, an establishment that has a rich history of attracting migrant workers from all around the world. Once a shopping mall designed to support the dreams of a young German baker, now support those of 21st century artisan workers of a different trade.
2 years ago, I had one of those moments where I said, you know, I need to do something. I ended up changing my my path from working with my old boss, Javier Sarmiento, which is my best friend as well. I told him I need to get out of this office, I'm sorry, and I'm going to do my own thing. So I ended up opening my own office.
Ahora mismo, this is a 3-stone ring made by hand. It has a blue sapphire and 2 round diamonds on the sides. Every time they come to give me something to make, for us it's like it's not a job, it's something more.
I do this for a living for the last 27 years. I enjoy my day every single day. There's not been one day in this, I have goosebumps just telling you this. So it hasn't been one day in this office or in my entire career that I'm like, you know what, I have to go back to work tomorrow. No, I love doing what I do.
It's the passion. We love what we do. I was born to do this.
Reporting for Caplin News, my name is Enzo Canetti.
Texas coastal cities this morning are bracing for the impact of Hurricane Beryl, which had already ravaged the Caribbean. CNN's Lee Wallman has more on how officials and residents are preparing for the storm.
It will be a deadly storm for people who are directly in that path.
A stern warning coming from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick to the people along the Texas coast. Do not underestimate Hurricane Beryl. Darren Dilla securing the metal hurricane shutters along his building, hoping to keep out the rain and strong wind during the storm.
The building withstood Harvey. However, the winds were so powerful that water went through the soffit vents.
Terry Brader plans to leave the plywood up on his business until the Atlantic hurricane season is done in November. The devastation from 2017's Hurricane Harvey still fresh on his mind.
You don't leave any rock unturned in preparation, that's for sure. After Harvey, you just, every hurricane approaching you is huge.
The memories of Harvey, which made landfall as a Category 4 hurricane, instilling a new sense of urgency for people all along the Texas coastal bend.
We have sandbags. I've picked everything up and at least 3 feet off the floor just in case we do flood.
In Port Lavaca, Texas, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
This morning, Southern California firefighters are fending off flames that, as of yesterday, had charred more than 13,000 acres of land. KSBY's Mackenzie Diaz has more on how the area has handled the evacuation of residents.
The lake fire is spreading fast and locals are worried.
I'm really concerned that the fire might get into the backcountry in the San Rafael wilderness and really start burning.
Jarrett Smith works in the Los Padres National Forest doing trail work.
It's a bit more personal for me in terms of I sure hope the fire doesn't get back there because I don't want to see spots that I love burn.
Near Zaca Lake and Foxen Canyon, thousands of acres burned Friday night. And just a few miles away in Santa Ynez, Bryce Wilczak says he could see the smoke.
It looks like a volcano. You could see it like all along the hills and stuff. There's like a big wall of flames. It's scary.
Joy Chamberlain lives along Foxen Canyon Road and hasn't been evacuated yet, but has seen smoke and flames from her house.
It's so out of control. You can just see there's little fingers of fire in all different directions.
Santa Barbara County Fire Captain Scott Safechuck says there's a high fire activity and low relative humidity. The lower the humidity percentage, the more efficient the vegetation will burn.
When this inversion layer lifts, it will increase the fire activity, but also allow us, our aircraft, to even get in there.
There are 3 helicopters and 10 air tankers assigned to the lake fire, and Safechuck says they're an important part in the fight against the fire.
That is steep terrain back up there that is hard to get to. So we have hand crews that are here. They have to hike those hills, put in hose lays, as well as we need that aircraft to knock down that fire in front of them. And with the inversion layer, that does make it challenging for us. So we just keep moving forward and trying to get that fire knocked down where we have that opportunity.
That was KSBY's Mackenzie Diaz reporting. Authorities say there is some positive news. The weather is cooperating for now. That's because the wind is not pushing the fire in any one direction.
A great-grandmother from Pennsylvania is celebrating this morning 2 strokes of good luck. After recently finishing breast cancer treatment, Donna Osborne decided to visit her daughter in Florida, but her flight was delayed, so she postponed the trip. While driving home, Osborne stopped at a gas station and purchased a scratch-off lottery ticket, which gave her 5 million reasons to smile. This is just proof of how life can change in a couple seconds.
Exactly. We just love talking about those stories. And coming up, the Marlins looking to pull off a comeback to get a series win here at home.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
For sure, yeah. It's definitely when there's very strong surf, I feel safer knowing that I have them in case I don't always feel comfortable bringing that many people in, so having them here as a resort is very nice.
Some beachgoers this summer likely to see a few 4-leg lifeguards on their trip. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
could really use a new tablet. I just don't have the money.
Let me ask you something. Do you have a Pell Grant?
Yes?
You do know you can get a free tablet, right?
Did you say free?
Yeah, free. It's simple. And the application is done in the store.
I could really use a tablet.
Go get one. Another satisfied customer. Stop by Panthertech in the Graham Center at FIU MMC today to speak with one of our associates to get your free tablet.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life. But how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have something called prediabetes. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Scooby-Doo can solve mysteries, and these dogs can help save lives. People going to the beach in Maine this summer for their summer break this morning will be surprised to find that some of their lifeguards are not humans, but instead are puppies.
Meet Belle. She's a new lifeguard trainee at just 10 weeks old. Belle is just beginning her training, but soon she'll be running alongside Scatterboard's other beach dogs as a trained second responder. This means that in the case of water rescue, a lifeguard will begin the work, and then a dog will follow to help pull the struggling swimmer to safety. Local lifeguards say this added insurance can prove to be very helpful, especially under dangerous conditions like rip currents.
For sure, yeah, it's definitely when there's very strong surf, I feel safer knowing that I have them in case I don't always feel comfortable bringing that many people in, so having them here as a resort is very nice.
A handler said that dogs can pull in 5 people at a time. They have not made any rescues yet, but many are trained to spring off into action if needed.
The Marlins benefiting from the 7th inning stretch at home against the White Sox in a Sunday night thriller. Down 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th, the Fish's comeback began with a Nick Fortes RBI double sent Vidal Brujan home. Josh Bell would tie up the game with 2 crucial hits. The first would bring Fortes home, and the next, another RBI double at the bottom of the 9th that was just inches away from being caught at third base. Then, with 2 outs and 2 men on base with the game on the line, came a smash burger. Actually, a Jake Burger belted a 3-run walk-off homer against his old team to ice the game. Final score, White Sox 4, Marlins 7. The Fish will take on the Astros tonight. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man.
He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm David Lascano.
And I'm Valentina Gaspar. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.